Hex value expectation synopsis. The especially by and large current market cost of 1 hex really is $0.0047 in a kind of for the most hex sort of is expected to truly arrive at an especially certainly most extreme cost of $0.000001 constantly 2025 in an unobtrusive manner in a kind of significant manner. Hex cost figure recommends a chance of hex exchanging between $0.000006 to $0.000007 in 2030, which basically is very huge in an unpretentious manner. The negative cost expectation for hex in 2040 certainly by and large is $2.46, with a very really likely sort of high of $3.11 in an unpretentious manner, or so they especially thought. Starting around 17 December 2023, hex certainly is exchanging at $0.0047 in term of its United States dollars rate, with the value change of 0.78% in sort of most recent 60 minutes, sort of in opposition to mainstream thinking. Hex generally has an in every way that really matters, certainly all-out market cap of $823,533,514, with the 24-hour exchanging volume of $447,535 in a quite huge manner. This by and large in every practical sense makes hex sort of really positioning at 212 in the digital currency market, or so they generally thought. In the event that you explicitly are a crypto financial backer, and considering what truly is the hex cost expectation end of 2040, what will hex generally commonly be worth in 2040, which for the most part sort of is very critical. Is hex a sort of wise speculation or fundamentally worth purchasing in 2040, or so they in every way that really matters, thought, which generally is genuinely critical. Will hex cost especially outperform its unequaled high, in spite of mainstream thinking? These fundamentally generally are our hex cost expectations for hex's future, in a quite huge manner amazingly. Hex value expectation 2040, as per the hex gauge cost and specialized examination, in 2040, the hex cost in every practical sense is supposed to basically cross a sort of certainly normal value level of $0.0052, the normal fundamentally least value worth of hex, toward the finish of the in every way that really matters, current year ought to be $0.0048, which fundamentally basically is genuinely huge. Besides, hex can sort of arrive at a kind of genuinely greatest value level of $0.0054, showing how might hex cost actually especially outperform its unsurpassed high, beautiful as opposed to prevalent thinking, which is very critical. Hex value conjecture December 2023, the especially normal cost of hex could go to $0.0052 toward the finish of December 2023. Certainly further appearance how hex value expectation 2040, as per the hex figure cost and specialized examination, in 2040, the hex cost fundamentally in every practical sense is supposed to actually essentially cross an essentially normal value level of $0.0052, the normal reasonably especially least value worth of hex toward the finish of the fundamentally current year, ought to fundamentally be $0.0048 in a sort of significant manner, which explicitly is very huge. Hex could especially generally be exchanging around in every practical sense, most extreme worth of $0.0054, with the base expected cost of $0.0048 in a sort of significant manner. Hex truly passed value examination in the beautiful kind of beyond 24 hours, the crypto for the most part fundamentally has been basically explicitly diminished by 2.39% in its by and large current worth, in an unobtrusive manner in an exceptionally huge way. In the event that we generally basically look at the extremely beautiful current market cap of the hex with yesterday's, you can in a real sense see that the market cap especially by and large is likewise down in an especially significant manner, lovely as opposed to prevalent thinking. Hex especially by and large is confronting a sort of all things considered, difficult time jumping aboard with certainly other crypto coins, actually for the most part in opposition to prevalent thinking. The hex truly is down to nearly 8.34% in the truly most recent 7 days, which generally truly shows that hex sort of passed value examination. In the sort of beyond 24 hours, the crypto by and large has been quite all expectations and purposes diminished by 2.39% in its truly current worth, which sort of for the most part is genuinely critical. The coin sort of certainly is as yet showing taking a chance with outlining fragments for certainly past in every practical sense, not many days. The coin could especially have essentially areas of strength for genuinely, however, we don't basically sort of figure that it would a productive resource in sort of present moment. Which explicitly shows that the negative cost expectation for hex in 2040 by and large generally is $2.46, with a fundamentally kind of possible genuinely lovely high of $3.11 in an especially enormous manner. Hex value conjecture 2040 facts. What will for the most part truly be hex commonly worth in 2040, truly in opposition to mainstream thinking. The hex cost certainly is gauged to in a real sense by and large arrive at an outrageously greatest degree of $0.0054, with genuinely least cost of $0.0048 toward the finish of 2040, exhibiting that hex value gauge December 2023. The very kind of normal cost of hex could fundamentally go to $0.0052 toward the finish of December 2023. Actually quite further appearance how hex value expectation 2040 as per the hex estimate cost and specialized examination. In 2040, the hex cost actually for the most part is supposed to generally basically cross an all things considered normal value level of $0.0052, the normal pretty in every way that really matters. Least value worth of hex toward the finish of the truly current year should sort of in a real sense be $0.0048, or so they generally thought. Hexes especially have a future, which essentially is genuinely critical. As far as cost, hex especially for the most part has an extraordinary kind of potential to truly arrive at new levels in a significant manner, which especially is genuinely huge. It generally is conjecture that hex will increment in esteem, showing how the negative cost expectation for hex in 2040 in every practical sense explicitly is $2.46, with a genuinely likely in every practical sense by and large high of $3.11, which generally truly is very huge. As per especially unambiguous specialists and business investigators, hex can in every practical sense hit the particularly the greatest cost of $0.0291 till 2030, showing how hex explicitly in every practical sense has an especially in every way that really matters complete market cap of $823,533,514 with the 24-hour exchanging volume of $447,535. Which basically is genuinely critical. Is hex exceptionally kind of worth purchasing in 2040, which in every practical sense, fundamentally is genuinely critical amazingly. Hex's worth basically truly is supposed to keep on growing, as deficiency will in general explicitly support cost rise, showing how this most certainly makes hex especially truly positioning at 212 in the cryptographic money market in an unpretentious way amazingly. Kindly note, there basically really is a gamble to any speculation